Over the past few days, George Bush and his generals have been insisting their military surge is working. And as the strongest measure of proof for that argument, they continually cite progress in Al-Anbar province. They proudly state that tribal leaders and Sunni resistance groups are turning against al-Qaeda in Iraq and are now engaged in a bloody struggle to reclaim their own territory. Are they telling the truth? Is this indeed happening as the White House says? Not according to the spokesman of one of the very groups to whom Bush is referring. Ibrahim al-Shimari says Sunni groups are indeed turning away from al-Qaeda, but not because of any deal with the Americans.
Al-Qaeda's agenda started to reveal itself clearly. On October last year, 2006, they started to consider themselves as a state, and they started to target other Iraqi resistance groups. You know, like the prominent Sunni personnel, which caused great upset in the Sunni community, which affected our relationship with them. These killings started the media between them and us, but we decided to stop it quickly in order not to give the enemy any chance to benefit from this.
Shimari says this change in relations with al-Qaeda shouldn't confuse the broader issue, and that is that his group and many others like it are still at war with the Americans and with the Iraqi government. However, Shimari says that if the Americans were willing to accept reality, the Islamic Army would, in turn, be willing to sit down with them.
In the name of God. As I've said, we will not refuse to talk with the Americans. From the beginning, we announced that we have two main conditions for sitting to talks, and to make it a fruitful and successful dialogue for both parties. First, if the Americans are willing to negotiate, then we are ready to do as well. But on one condition, Congress should adopt a resolution that asks for the withdrawal of the American troops from Iraq. America should admit that there's a resistance in Iraq, which is the sole and real representative of the Iraqi people.
But Shimari utterly rejects the central thesis of the surge. In fact, he thinks the entire premise of the surge is nothing more than a convenient excuse for Bush to avoid responsibility for this war.
I think the American administration is trying to handle the defeat to the next president, whom we expect him to be a Democrat. But Bush will not admit his forced failure in Iraq. Therefore, I think Bush is buying time, just delaying the defeat to save himself.
The changing fortunes in Anbar province are undeniable. So too is the fact that al-Qaeda has lost badly needed alliances with Sunni groups who are now turning their arms against them. But what is also undeniable, according to the leaders of those very groups, is that despite what George Bush and his generals might argue, the success they are seeing in Iraq has very little to do with the Americans at all. Owen Fay, Al Jazeera.